Welcome back to the channel. We're going to continue our Starfield journey today. I think in the last video I stated, I've kind of moved around a little bit because I haven't really done anything, but I just kind of wanted to, just kind of looking and seeing about building some ships. I didn't build any yet. I was just tinkering a bit, so didn't want to do that on, in the videos because, I like to think about things while I do it, so I take my time at it. Still not quite decided on that, but I think we're going to do some of these. We're going to try to do some of these side missions. Activity seems pretty deep. I don't think I really want to dig into that right now. But like, I don't know about that. To be honest, I really don't want to join anything yet. So I'm kind of torn between these two right here. I think I'm going to try to do Manus. So let's see if I actually have that. Read the secret outpost slate. Secret outposts sound interesting. So do I have that? Apparently I have 2 of them. Regret it for the rest of your life if you don't get over there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what we're going to do today. At least start it today. Some of these tend to be a little bit more unexplored. So we'll have to jump here.
Approaching ship, you've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband.
Oh.
Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
New mission. Yeah, I'm not landing, I'm just traveling through. So I got another power from beyond. Okay. It's just like there's missions everywhere. I don't know, it's just like... Can we jump there? Nope. We're going to jump to here first. It's kind of neat that there's missions everywhere. Power up the grab. I kind of find that to be a little bit annoying, I'll be honest with you.
Greetings, pilot. This is Jiro Sugiyama, head of Paradiso Security. I apologize for coming over this emergency channel, but we are in need of assistance concerning the large ship in orbit, and we value discretion in this matter.
Oh,
If you are willing and able, please see me as soon as possible at the main security office in Paradiso. Over and out.
That is a big ship. We're gonna go and you know what? This may be a big mistake here. But it's one of those things. We're gonna have a we're going to have a little bit of a change of plan, and we're going to try to do that. But that is a big ship.
If you need to harvest any organic materials, now would be the time.
Do kind of wonder what she can say about organic materials, but
Enjoy your stay. knowing you're in our capable hands.
You'd think we'd be a prime target for pirates, but they know to stay away for the most part.
For the most part.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sugiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with?
You just in a distress call?
Ah, yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you can imagine, we're in a bit of a predicament. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so?
He seems a bit, how shall we say, demanding for someone that's asking for help, doesn't he?
Great. I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It is now locked in orbit around our planet. So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so we're unsure of the ship's intentions. Can't say for sure. Looks worn, but not cobbled together like a Crimson Fleet junker. Others have been saying it's some new Varun design, a gigantic battleship with hidden armaments preparing for assault, but that doesn't check out either. There's also been talk about non-human sentient life. The comms data we received might support that, but humanity's spread far and wide and no one's ever encountered anything like that. Still, first contact. Could you imagine? Not quite. It took some time, but we received a transmission. It was all, pardon the phrasing, it sounded almost alien, like nothing anyone's heard before. Clicks, distorted groans, buzzing, really disturbing sounds. Now, one of our engineers says it could just be some busted comm equipment or incompatible signals, but we're not sure. So far, no one's disembarked from the ship. No landing craft, nothing. We don't have the staff or ships to spare, otherwise we'd dock with it and attempt to board. It is. Whatever's going on, we need to approach this with care. First, see if you have more luck communicating with them. If not, you may have to try boarding. Whatever you do, it's important to remember to seek diplomacy with who or whatever's on board. As soon as you have any more information, report to Oliver Campbell. He's the CEO of Paradiso. All formal decisions will need to go through him, and he'll have your pay. Good luck.
Stolen items locker. Oh. I mean, it should be okay for me to take from that, shouldn't it?
Your safety is our #1 priority.
Oh, you did turn. Alright, let's see what we can find out here. I really should do something about that frostbite.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Can you get him away? Okay. These menus, man. Not a big fan of the menus, I'll be honest. Well, I guess we just take off. Okay. And F5 this before we get there. Alright, I need to see what... I need to see what I have for ammo right now. Let's see. That one I have none. I got 42 there, so we will start with this.
Stay alert. Weapons at the ready.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is hostile.
I agree with the captain. Now is the time for diplomacy.
Agreed. But we must be ready for anything. Now, eyes and ears sharp.
I mean, at least I can tell that there's people on the other side.
You're... human? It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
You thought you were the only ones? I am afraid you have been unaware of a great many things.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship, Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world, in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago.
It's kind of a funny story, isn't it? When you think about it, colony ships sent off, and then as they're traveling, technology advances. When they get where they're going, it's already been colonized.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and... the others. We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first. Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though, it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous. We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans. Ah, your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work, and so they made the decision to leave when they did. Oh yes, of course. Where are my manners? Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist. Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting.
I am both shocked and impressed that all of this is still functional.
Yep, very old school looking. I mean,
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life.
Never seen a ship like yours before.
No matter the outcome,
Well, then
I
again,
won't let my
haven't
crew
seen
down.
any ships before you arrived.
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly. A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years, with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually. Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made. Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you? Ah, so they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us. Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet.
It seems like they turned a little arrogant there, didn't she?
Yes, yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there. We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world. Thank you, and Godspeed.
Well,
And to think, all this time we thought we were alone.
cool. That's pretty cool that there's pictures of like whole family.
Quite a heritage to have brought this ship so far over such a long time. Worthy of the pride these portraits show.
We got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Just trying to find my way back to my ship.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
That is not it. Okay, I don't know where I'm going. Apparently I am lost. Okay, this is it, I think.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
I have a feeling this is going to take longer than it
Any
should.
adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Good to see you.
Yep, I have a feeling it's going to take longer than it should.
Hello, and welcome back. Mr. Tofik, I am aware that this is your 8th visit to our resort. Your repeat patronage is much appreciated. Is there any assistance I may offer you today?
Actually, a question. Takes a certain route, showing me the beauty of this world. But this time, our entries seem to take longer.
Okay. I can at least use some of my...
I can see why this location was chosen for a resort. Very nice.
Hello.
I cannot recall ever having the time, let alone the funds. for a vacation someplace like this.
Need something?
Is this a weapon store?
Welcome to Paradiso gift shop and convenience. Feel free to look around, but don't break anything or you've got to buy it. And before you ask, there aren't any discounts, so don't even try to haggle with me.
I like the fact how bored she seemed.
No. Ugh. You people always think that just because we're some fringe planet and not part of the free stars or whatever, that we're happy to haggle for everything. I wouldn't even care, honestly. But I take it out of my pay if any money's missing, so no discount. Why would I? I have to sell overpriced crap to rude, obnoxious tourists all day. My uncle works for the Paradiso board. When he said he could get me a job here, I expected an executive level job, not this. But it's not all bad. I don't have to worry about getting fired, and I live in Paradiso for free. Now, can I get you something, or are you going to keep asking questions about my life?
I guess there's no more questions.
Yes, that's what I'm here for.
Alright, let's see what they got. Huh. It's interesting. Let's see what I have. It's Ultra Mag that I use in it. I only got 9. Alright.
Okay. Thanks for shopping.
Executive floor. We got poutine. Sorry, I just needed to open your,
You'd think we'd be a prime target for pirates, but they know to stay away for the most part.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment? I really don't, and I can't have you barging in on the executives while they're working. So if you need something, you can talk to me. That's the best I can do, I'm afraid. Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board? Sure. Have fun in the shark tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Tom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront in a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs. That sort of thing.
Sounds good. I'll look into what that will cost us and we can circle back around to this.
What's not to love about this planet?
I'll make some time for you, but keep it quick, yeah? No, of course not. There's several more. We're just the ones who show up day to day. The others spend their time lazing on the beach or gallivanting off-world. Doesn't bother me, though. Less cooks in the kitchen means I get to make all the big decisions around here. Seems to be working out for us just fine. Not quite. We just don't answer to the Freestar Collective or the United Colonies. Makes things easier. We don't pay any taxes, we don't need to follow their laws. All the benefits, none of the drawbacks. And know and mind, because half the politicians and other big shots love vacationing here. Works for everyone. I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm gonna cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there, causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens! Ah, we're being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about? Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grab drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do. Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff. I'm not suggesting anything, other than it would make our lives so much easier if that ship ceased existing. Make of that what you will. We operate outside of the Freestars only, you see, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs. And we'd rather not draw attention to it, as I've mentioned. It could be bad for business. We'd much rather settle this independently. It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You. And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain? They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Freestar Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation.
We may be outside the settled systems, but that child as official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave. Good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck!
They deserve a renewed chance to decide their own fates. That is the right thing to do.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
Yeah.
I'm fairly new here, so sorry in advance if I screw something up.
I hope your stay here is going well.
Is it got dark while I was in there?
I'm here to satisfy your needs.
I mean, you know what we're gonna do, don't you? We're gonna... Oh, it's the ship. Okay. And by the way, my frostbite cured itself.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Welcome back.
Let's see. I need to better make sure where I have to go. Okay. Are you kidding me? Ugh. Going. Yeah, I started lagging a bit there. Where am I going to? Oh. I forgot I needed to jump one more system here.
Space. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband.
Oh my god, I got another one of
Alright,
those
we're
power
done.
things.
Welcome to Hopetown.
That's not what I want to do. It doesn't like going in and out of menus very well. Got 3 of those.
Smugglers always like to use Hope Tech ships to resemble legitimate transports. I wonder how the company feels about that.
Howdy.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Except now all she does is goes on and on about how her youngest has made it. Tells everyone you met the Ron Hope.
What is this?
Excuse me! A little desperate here. This is...
A fair amount of business runs through Hopetown, and from what I understand, most of it is legal.
All right, Adela. Deep breath. Oh, God. I'm just great. Grand, really. When I signed on to be a freight captain, I was expecting long hours and dull routes. And now I'm a hair away from being executed. Or worse. Where to start? So, I fly a rust bucket called the Markab for a small shipping line. Just started, really. We do bulk shipping, boring stuff like actuators and seed stock, minerals. Have you ever had a standard, boring job just blow up in your face? You get it then. So, I just got assigned to the Markab. The first shipment? Slag steel. Nothing special. As soon as I left Neon and got scanned, things got crazy. Spacers, Freestar security, the works. Everyone demanding I power down, hand over the contraband, or sometimes just firing first. I skipped the system, ditched the cargo, and have been running ever since. It gets even worse. A tracker just landed, and I just know he's hunting a bounty. Me. But the trick is, everyone knows the ship. But my info isn't in the database yet. All they got is my last name, Fahim. So if you go into the pit stop and claim you're Captain Fahim of the Markab, maybe you can deal with the tracker? Listen, I just haul, well, garbage. But you, I mean, you're armed and look, well, awesome. I figure you could do a solid for the little guy, girl. Plus credits. I did mention the credits, right? I don't know. I don't want anyone to get hurt, but he may not give you any choice. You are the best! This slate has everything they know about me. It's not much. He's the one with the cowboy hat. Just stay safe. Thank you.
Okay, we're actually gonna... I'm gonna go in here a minute. Yeah, it's a shop.
Excuse me.
Some rules. If there's one place there's some law and order in this town, it's here. Don't even think about stealing anything. No haggling. The price is the price. And might be some other rules. Don't be an ass. Then we won't have any problems. If you need weapons, the best defense is the only place in town. You may be thinking this place is a dump, but the hardware isn't. Lots of customers pass through. We got something for everyone. Good.
Oh well. Oh yeah. That's what I'm wanting right there.
Ron Hope's the best thing that's happened to us.
I couldn't make it.
Oh, hello. Someone worth paying attention to. We could save valuable weight if we got rid of the pilot seat. Maybe an ottoman? Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time. Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape, too. Parts not cheap, though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor, and it's yours. It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are. Maybe it is selfish of me to demand such a price. Tell you what, sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the part for free, I won't charge you for the work.
Oh my god.
You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
It's probably not a great thing to do. Alright, let's... Do I even want to do this other one right now?
Keep an eye on your valuables. If you can't protect your own, you don't belong.
Yes, what?
What are you up to? I'm new in town. You look like you just got here too, right?
What?
What's your name, stranger?
Not.
Might buy you a drink.
Girlfriend's still paranoid after that welder lost a tooth in the brawl.
Fahim, huh?
The whole place
Came in on that ship, the Markup?
there was blood
I bet you didn't know it.
I never seen
But
all
I'm a
that
tracker.
Well,
And I'm here for your bounty.
I'm not.
Two ways this can go. You know the drill. Bounty says you made off with a haul of medical supplies, meant for orphans, or something. I get a bonus if I turn the shipment in sight unseen. I figure they're in the markup. Looks like a place that doesn't mind some color. Or you can surrender. I trank you up, deliver you, they kill you. Nobody ever picks that option. I don't deal with smugglers and no good types. Well, I do, but more violent-like. My word's my bond. So you didn't shoot your way off Neon, Fahim? The bounty is pretty damn clear. But something don't sit right with me. Not sure what. Maybe. Maybe not. And all I have to back that up are words. Putting a death mark on a captain for charity? It is awfully suspicious. I do my best. All right, I'm not taking you in. But that just means somebody else will. Whatever you were shipping, you got to return it. The next tracker probably won't be as upstanding as I am. Suit yourself. But you may want to re-up your life insurance policy. One more drink and it's liftoff.
As vital as speak.
Okay, so I'm sure that's not going to be the end of that, to be honest with you.
Pardon.
Why did I... This can't be happening. I feel like I can finally breathe again. Thank you. You think? I mean, of course they will. Oh, God. I don't mean to be ungrateful and all, but I really, really need to go. Thank you.
Okay, well,
We'd be dust, except for the factory.
I guess that was worth it.
Off-worlders. Nothing ever good.
It's good to be back in our own ship.
Having to make 2 jumps again.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. All right, we're done. Have a good time in Neon.
Just stay out of trouble. Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't mean to see.
People always appreciate the good engineer, whether they know it or not. I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome! I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster-than-light travel and eclipse our poor old ship? I knew it. It's incredible! I read about this technology in our archives from Earth, but it was only theoretical back then. Amazing! I'll have to learn more. Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And, I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today. Yes, of course. Anything for my new friend. What grab drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work? Great, great, great! There are 3 preparations I need you to help me make while I set things up on my end. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it!
Okay.
Wow. Hi.
Wow, I've heard about you, but here you are.
Keeping a 200-year-old ship running is no easy task. Something wrong? There are 3 things we need to do. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. See you! I can't tell you. Something wrong? There's still something left to do. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Good luck out there!
I can't remember.
If the other colonists... something wrong? There's still something left to do. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Careful not to touch anything on your way out.
I just cannot remember these, man. Okay. We're gonna repeat it.
I wonder
as we
what
go.
it's like out there beyond our little community.
I need you to do this for me. It's like, dude, you're just sitting there. You
If
can do
the
this.
other colonists... something wrong? There's still something left to do. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator.
Port turbo pump to
Decouple the
auxiliary-
magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the
turbo
auxiliary
pump
module
to
assembly.
Auxiliary. Port turbo.
So long!
Port turbo.
I've left mine.
Port turbo pump. Okay.
Higher life in the constant.
This is terrible.
Keeping a 200-year-old ship running is, something wrong? There's still something left to do. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly.
Auxiliary cryogenic radiator.
Good luck out there!
Port turbo pump.
Boy, am I glad you want some sort of...
Port turbo pump. Okay. One more time here.
People always appreciate the good engine. Something wrong? There's still something left to do. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Careful not to touch anything on your way out.
Okay.
I can't tell you. Something wrong? There's still something left to do. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly.
Decouple.
Something wrong? There's still something left to do. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. See you!
Hey there.
Okay. That
looks like everything
too long. Come on. Back this away.
We've got strict rules around here.
Yeah.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad. No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
Well, well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done. Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond.
Yes, I did.
I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again. We've roamed the stars for almost 200 years. What's a little longer?
They're giving me lots of spring gear at least, I guess. I guess that's a ugly piggy bank. That's a pretty good pistol. That's pretty decent damage. Okay. Well, got that mission done. So, I think I came out in... I think I actually did not come out very good enough. I don't know, I guess if I sell that stuff, if it sells for what it says it's worth, it should, I always go the wrong way.
worried about Janet. I wonder if someone from the outside...
Speak with Janet.
Now that we know what's out there, things are gonna be more interesting from here on out.
Okay, apparently we got another quest while inside the ship. So we're going to end this video here, and then we'll come back and we'll do that one, and then we'll start on some more side quests. But anyway, appreciate you joining us. We'll see you next time.